that brand Rose Ink? Brand Rose Ink. Do you guys remember the brand Rose Ink? Remember Rose Ink? Remember Rose Ink? Do you remember that brand Rose Ink? Is it any good? Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Sunshine and this is Everyday Sunshine. Do you guys remember the brand Rose Ink? It made a big splash when it was introduced and everybody loved the products. They were all over YouTube. Her blushes were everywhere. The concealer was everywhere. Everybody loved this brand. Even I used several of the products and loved them. And then it just kind of fell by the wayside and new and different things came out. Now I don't hear anybody talking about it. Is it any good? Is it worth looking into in 2024, almost 2025? We are going to find out. They were heavily discounted at Sephora, so I picked up some things. I got the Softlight Skin Smoothing Foundation. I just wanted to see if this was any good. It was $27, I think. We'll find out. I also got the bronzer. I haven't tried this before, so I'm curious to see if this is any good. Now, the blushes, I remember loving these blushes. I picked up the shade Heliotrope. I just wanted to see if it's as good as I remember. Then I picked up the Rose Ink Lip Cream. I had never tried her lip products before, and this was discounted. The color looked right, so I just wanted to see. So I am going to try to answer the question today, is Rose Ink any good? All right, no makeup me coming in 3. So let's get into Rose Ink Try On. I am going to start with my Calliray Blurring Primer. I love this. So I am just going to focus this in my T-zone. I do already have on my Victoria Beckham primer too. I kind of put this on as a last step in my skincare routine because it does feel more like skincare than makeup. This is the Rose Ink Softlight Skin Smoothing Foundation. I have the shade 4W. Just looking at it in the bottle, I think it's going to be too light for my in-between summer winter skin. I do think it'll be good in the winter when I lose a little bit more color. I still have a little bit of color from the summer. It does say to shake well, so I'm going to shake it up. I'm going to do 1 pump. It's very, very liquidy. I think 1 pump might be too much, like a lot came out. I tried to not apply too much foundation or concealer because I feel like it can make me look older. It's never my goal. Let's just blend this in and see how it looks. I just took a look in my magnifying mirror. I like to look really close up and kind of see what it's doing on the skin. It doesn't look really makeup-y. I can make this work. Now, the Rose Ink Concealer I have, this is actually my summer color. For some reason, I thought this might work because it's LX40 and this is shade 4W. And like in my head, they were going to go together. It's a foundation in 4W and this is the concealer in LX40. I'm not going to use that concealer today, but I do love that concealer. It's very pigmented. You need the tiniest amount and you have to kind of be careful with it, but it's really, really pretty. I'm going to go in with my Westman Atelier concealer in L3. It's lighter. I think it will match this foundation much more than the Rose Ink will. You don't have to use much of this concealer, tiny dots. It's got a lot of coverage and I'm just going to blend it in with a finger. The foundation done and the Westman Atelier concealer. I am going to go in next with the Rose Ink Solar Infusion Soft Focus Cream Bronzer. I got the shade Parrot K. It is the lightest shade. This is Parrot K. It's like a light, warm, kind of maybe too orangey. We're going to see. I'm going to go in with the brush. It was on sale. Figured I'd pick it up. You know what this reminds me of? Like instantly. I haven't even finished, but this reminds me almost immediately of the Victoria Beckham Matte Bronzing Brick in shade 1. I love that shade. And this is like the cream version of that. That's the bronzer. I really like the way this looks. It's a very light, like caramelly color. It's not super orange. It's got a little bit more yellow, which my undertones are like yellow olive. Well, it looks how I look when I get sun. You know, I get more golden. It's also very smoothing on the skin. It's just the right amount of warmth to make this foundation shade look like it belongs on my face. Went on great. It's blurring. It blended out beautifully. I remember loving these blushes when they first launched. I'm wondering if the formula is still the same. Hopefully it is. Hopefully they're everything I remember. I got the shade Heliotrope. I did have this shade before. Really pretty. It's like a pinky peach. There is that. It looks like a very wearable shade. Hard to mess up shade. Let's see how this looks on the skin. I always like blush on my nose. I know. Just like I remember it. I remember the toilet bowl. The toilet bowl blushes. It looks like an airplane toilet seat. But blushes are really, really nice. They apply so well. I remember them wearing really well. Memory of this brand is still accurate. These things seem to still be performing like I remember them. So that's good. I'm going to do my brows real quick. I'm going to use the Kulfi Brow Gel. I am going to set my face with my Makeup by Mario setting powder. The face is set. I am going to fill in my brows real quick. Do a quick eye look. I'm going to use the Dreamy Dozen palette by Lawless. You can pretty much do any combination of these shades and you're going to have an eye look that looks pretty good. So I have been loving this. I'm going to kind of mix this peachy with this warm shade and I'm going to put that in the crease. If you put darker colors on the outside and brighter colors inside, your eye is going to go to those brighter colors and it's going to give the illusion that your eyes are a bit further apart. I'm going to mix the two darker colors on the bottom. I'm just going to put this on the outer corners. I'm going to go ahead and do the lip first so then I kind of have an idea what lid shade that I want to do because I really don't know at this point. This is the Rose Ink Lip Cream, the Weightless Matte color. I don't know if this is like a long-lasting liquid lipstick. I don't know. I got the shade Dreamed You. This was Rosie's favorite shade. I know that Rosie is no longer associated with the brand. When she was, this was her pick. I'm going to line my lips with my Kosas Hotliner in Beyond. Hopefully this shade works. I think that color is going to be okay with the lipstick that I got. We'll find out. I haven't used any of Rose Ink's lip products. That's the one thing that I think when they initially launched, they didn't have them or they had those roll-up pencils that were breaking. And I was like, I don't want to buy those if they're breaking. This is pretty much exactly what I was hoping. Almost red, like a red for somebody that is maybe not comfortable wearing red. You want that red lip look. I think that this gets you really close to that while also being incredibly wearable. It's the exact shade that I hoped it was when I saw it online. Looking at the swatches, you can never tell if something is going to look like it looks online. I feel like this does. I think that this will not be too much if I go in with the Patrick Ta eyeshadow. I'm just going to try it, and if it's too much, it's not going to be too much. Who am I kidding? It's not going to be too much. It's going to be fine. I'm going to take the bottom shade, the deeper warm brown, and put that on my outer corner. Now I'm going to go in with a finger and do this top shade. I'm just going to tap it on the lids. Hope for the best. This particular color story in these eyeshadows is beautiful. I have not tried any of the other ones, so I can't really speak to whether or not all of them are good, but I can tell you that this duo, Still at the Club, is so pretty. I think you could just do this shadow as a one and done, just that top shade, and it would still be something special. I am going to do an inner corner highlight. I'm going to use light, sparkly champagne, and I'm going to pop that in the inner corner. All right, my next highlight with the Victoria Beckham black eyeliner. I know this is gross, so look away. Next, I'm going to do a small wing. Hopefully, I'm going to try to do a small wing with the House Labs eyeliner. We'll see. You know, sometimes they get away from you. I don't think turtlenecks are exactly the right vibe for me. I feel like I look like a floating head. It's fine. Now, again, I like to look straight in the mirror, sketch out, and then just connect that. And okay, that one went well, but that's the good side. Let's see how this side goes. So that is not really anywhere near even, but that is that's as good as it's gonna get. I'm gonna leave it there before I make things worse. You know how that goes. So I'm gonna go in with my Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. I love this mascara. Okay, mascara is done. I'm looking at myself and the monitor. I feel like I need more blush. Am I the only one that like puts on an entire face of makeup, thinks everything looks great, and then you get to the end and you're like, more blush, please? Just me? Just me? Just me? I'm gonna put on a little bit more blush. Again, this is Rose and Heliotrope. I think I just need a little bit more. But my skin is looking okay, before I put on the blush, because this might ruin it, because I did powder with the Kosas, I did powder with Mario. I just want to lean in and let you see if you can see my skin. I hope you can. I'm filming in HD, so hopefully you can see. But my skin looks so smooth and perfected. My concealer is creasing a little bit. That's the Westman Atelier. I'm looking in my 10 times mirror. I have to get right up on it to even see a single pore. That's crazy to me. I'm going to put some blush on. Try not to ruin this face. I just feel like I need a little bit more color because the eyes are so dramatic. The cheeks, we're dramatic. It's fine. It's fine. I look like I'm ready for drama class anyway in my black turtleneck and my little face. So, why not make this look even more dramatic with more blush? Makes sense to me. Just lightly, just a touch, just a touch, just a touch. That didn't ruin it. Putting that blush on over my kind of powdered skin, everything still looks absolutely flawless. I'm kind of in shock. I knew I liked the blush. Remember that. And I did try her luminous skin tint, with the beads in it. I don't like the stuff with the beads in it. Just kind of have to work at it so much to get those beads to pop that it was too much for me. And then I saw this launch and just didn't really think much of it. Rose Inc. isn't really a brand that's on everybody's radar anymore. I think it was when it first launched and Rosie Huntington-Whiteley was doing videos and doing her makeup and everybody's like, I want to look like, I know I was, I want to look like Rosie Huntington-Whiteley. I want to wear the same makeup that Rosie Huntington-Whiteley wears. She has since stepped away from the brand, but as far as I can tell, the formulas are still the same. She's just no longer associated with the brand. I didn't really think much of this foundation when I saw that it launched, but I'm so glad I picked this up. And I'm so surprised that more people aren't talking about it. Maybe it's because there are so many foundations out there. I don't know. But it says Skin Smoothing Liquid Foundation, and it is so skin smoothing. My skin looks so smooth. It does. It looks beautiful. I'm going to try to come back at the end of the day after some time and see how this wore. I've been filming for probably, I'm going to say, an hour. And it still looks absolutely perfect. But I really feel like unless something insane happens, I think it's going to wear great. I think that this is a winner. My skin does not feel dry or tight or anything like that, which sometimes can happen. And I like for my skin to look smooth and glowy. And I feel like this does look very smooth and glowy. So I'm very impressed with this. Again, it has been about 6.5 hours since I put this makeup on my face, and I am about to go for a walk and wash my face. So I thought I would show you how it is wearing. My lipstick has worn off. That's to be expected. I ate, I had almonds, I drank water, I used a straw. The foundation has not changed much at all. It's dark now, so the lighting is a little bit different in here. It hasn't settled into my lines. It's not shiny. It looks pretty much exactly like it looked when I put it on. It's so bizarre to me that it wasn't even on my radar. I just saw it on sale and thought I would pick it up because I do remember liking a lot of the products when the line first launched. And I'm so glad that I did. Blush has worn beautifully. It's still there. It looks exactly like it did when I put it on. The bronzer. Bronzer is like a very light cream bronzer. The color is very light, but it's still there. It looks great. My skin in real life looks blurred and perfected. So the Rose Ink products, are they good? Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. They're so good. Complexion is my main area of interest with any brand. And the complexion products in Rose Ink do not disappoint. Let's go through them. The blush, beautiful, perfect. I knew I loved these. I still love them. They're kind of a thicker formula, but I like that because they stick around more. These last great on the skin, and the packaging, while similar to an airplane toilet seat, is refillable. There's two little pins back here. You pop this pan out and you pop another one in. You can get different colors. The refills are available on the website. They're only $18 for a beautiful sealer. Is beautiful. I love it. So high coverage. In fact, if I have a foundation that I want to make fuller coverage, I will just take a dab of this, mix it in with my foundation, and that makes any foundation have more coverage. This is a great product to have in your stash. Bronzer, love it. Love this color. It's so pretty on the skin. It looks like exactly what my skin does in the summer. It turns that shade. It's like a golden bronze. You know, it's not red. It's not orange. I don't turn orange. I turn golden. And this is like golden. It's exactly what my skin does in the sun. It's beautiful. It totally adjusted this foundation shade to where it looks like a perfect match. It is slightly too light for me, but I do think that in the winter, it's going to be perfect. And I think that the formula is also going to be perfect for the winter. I'll touch on the brush quickly. I really only got this because it was on sale, but it's super soft. I cannot overstate how sensitive I am to brushes. Like my skin, any little thing itches me, bugs me, pokes me. There's one little hair out of place, everything feels scratchy to me. There are two very popular brush brands that everybody talks about that I cannot use because they feel scratchy to me. This one doesn't. It's the only brush I've ever tried, so I can't speak to the other ones, but this, the brush number 3, this is the foundation brush. I used it for bronzer. Very soft. The lip cream. I just picked this up because I thought the color looked interesting for fall. Wasn't really expecting much. I was hoping it looked like it did on the website. It does. Just exactly what I was hoping for. A red that's not red. It's not really a brick. It's got a little more pink in it than a brick and a little more brick in it than a mauve. So it's kind of like those two combined, right? Like a brick and a mauve, which doesn't make sense, but that's what it looks like. It's not like the lipsticks of the past where you put it on, you've instantly got like dried out, matted out, that feel like they're going to crack and peel. You know what I mean? The old liquid lipsticks. It doesn't dry all the way down. If I put my lips on something, it does transfer. But I would rather something transfer and wear off than dry my lips out and make me miserable for the rest of the day. I feel like this is great because you can reapply it. You know what I mean? It's going to wear off instead of flake off. That wraps up this video. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me and revisiting Rose Ink. What do we think? Is it something that you're going to look into? Do you have any interest in this brand anymore? Or is it just like, we're done. We've been there. We're done that. I'm so surprised that nobody is talking about this foundation. There was no hype around it when it launched that I saw. Blush, the bronzer, the lipstick, everything applied beautifully. Looks wonderful. Gushed long enough. I'm so surprised by this. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. I bought these products because they were like deeply discounted on Sephora. And I was just curious what Rose Ink is like these days since Rosie has stepped away. Is it the same? Is it different? So I bought it and we know it's good. It's good stuff regardless. All right. Thanks again. I will see you next time. Take care of yourselves. I also got the bronzer. I never tried. I also got the bronzer. I also got the bronzer. They were probably my main introduction to cream blushes. They were probably my main they were probably one of the first cream, no, The blushes, Westman Atelier I'm going to go in with my Westman Atelier concealer in L. I'm going to go in with my Westman Atelier concealer. I'll just cut that part right out. I'm going to kind of mix this peachy shade with this caramel. No. Why are you talking like that? This is my favorite. Whatever. Oh, good. I have hiccups. All right. No Makeup Me coming in 5. No Makeup Me coming in 3, 2. No Makeup Me coming in 3, 2. That is on everybody's radar. Rose Inc isn't really a brand that's on everybody's radar.